The month of August has come and gone, and I started doing this last year of giving monthly updates, and I'm gonna probably try to do it every month as well this school year, and just give you like a family and life update plus homeschool update and what's working and not working, and all the things I had planned and how it's probably changing. Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweetie's Homeschool YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls, ages 14, 10, and 8. This year is a little different because I am only homeschooling my youngest daughter, who is 8 and in the 2nd grade. My other 2 daughters are now in public school. My oldest is a freshman in high school and my middle is a 5th grader, and she is trying public school for the first time this year. So I thought I'd first give an update on them. We had a lot of changes with my oldest going into high school, my middle going to public school for the first time, and then I just started homeschooling one child. A lot of changes happened the first week of August when school started. School started early August, and it was a little bit of an adjustment. It's been more of an adjustment for me, I feel like, for waking up. My oldest daughter has been consistently setting an alarm and waking herself up at 6 a.m. even before me. And so she's practically ready by the time I'm up and getting a lunch packed for my middle daughter, who is a picky eater. So I'm packing her lunch, and then I have to wake her up. I get them breakfast, and then I have to drive both of them into town because we are out of district, so they don't have bus service. So I get them there, and then I come home. My husband he works from home, and so my youngest daughter just stays at home with him while I take them into school. And it's been an adjustment, but it's been good. I think the hardest part for my middle daughter especially has been just trying to figure out how to wake up early. We have all been going to bed pretty consistently early, so it's been helpful, and she has just had to adjust. That's the biggest thing. Obviously she has had some homework and some tests, and just trying to figure all of that out because she's not used to having homework in the evening after already doing other things. Another thing that was kind of neat, I kept telling her she's expected to read 20 minutes a day from her teacher, but she wasn't getting motivated. And then they came home with this list of books that if they read all of them by the end of the year, then they get some prize or something, and she was so excited. So that was a big motivator, and she's working hard on that, thankfully, so that's good. She's just adjusted well. She has a couple of girls in her class that are on her soccer team, so that's been fun for her. She sees them at soccer practice and games, and then sees them in class, and she's getting to know them better, so that's fun. And she's just adjusted really well, so she likes it. She's exhausted, but she's plugging in. She has signed up for choir that's going to be after school, and then this STEAM thing that's going to start next month, and just hands-on sciencey projects. So she's excited for that. She's probably going to do archery. She's signing up for all the things. My oldest daughter was a little nervous about going into high school and new teachers and everything. It's gone pretty well, and she's getting plugged in as well. Her biggest excitement is that drama club is starting to happen, and so she's excited for that. And we're just keeping busy. Of course, she also still has voice lessons. And one of the things that I did for my youngest, since she's homeschooling alone and not with her sisters, and I didn't want her to be all by herself a lot, and so we did join a co-op, which was crazy. We hadn't really been a part of a really big organized co-op like this in years, since we moved from hours away. And so we joined this, and I was thinking the very first day that we met the teachers, I was I can't believe I didn't pursue this sooner. I just wished that my older girls would have experienced this as well. There's some really good opportunities. They have a drama club and stuff too for the older kids. But I'm really enjoying it with my youngest. I actually don't really see her much in those couple hours that we're at the co-op because I am helping in classes for older kids, and she is in second grade class. So it's been a nice adjustment. She's making some friends there. And then I also put her in like an art club for like a local place that they do like homeschool stuff. This art club is actually for public or homeschool children. It doesn't really matter because it's actually later in the day. It's not at the most convenient time. It's from 4 to 5:30. And now if you know, as a homeschooler, you try not to plan things at that time. I don't know, like at least that's in my mindset. I just don't like to be gone. And like it's the weirdest time because my older two are out of school at like 3, but I need her at this place in the same town at 4. And then I'm like, do I keep them in town till 5:30 and everything? But we're like 15-20 minutes away. So it's been a whole, like every week I have to just like make a plan. And then my middle has soccer too at night, usually from 6 to 7. So it's been like, my mom has been tag teaming as well with trying to figure out, because she lives in that town. So she helps me either with someone's rides and things. So it's been good. And it's been a fun adjustment, but she has loved this art class, and there's only a few kids. There's one boy and a couple other girls, and she's really enjoyed that. The teacher's really fun. So we've had that. My oldest has gone to a couple football games already and plugging in there, just enjoying that time as well. And then also youth group has started back up for her. So a couple of things with my youngest daughter. I was really trying at the first few weeks to have some fun times. So our first day, we went to a museum. I did a whole like vlog about our first day of school and the fun that we had. So I will link that below. If you haven't seen that, you go check it out. She's a cutie. She was so excited to be YouTube famous. So I don't really put my kids in videos too often. They don't really always love it, but she is a ham and loves the camera. So and then the next week we did schedule, my nieces weren't in school yet because they live in a different state but like really close by us, and so we went to a local zoo with them and had a lot of fun with them. And then one other day we went swimming with some friends in very cold weather. Well, not cold, but like the pool was heated, but it was just still chilly. But we went with them because we hadn't really gone swimming a lot with them this summer, and in years past we have, and so it was like a little fun time, but we only spent like an hour at the pool. It was enough because it was cold. So a couple of things that have been happening with our homeschool. So a lot of days I do spend a few minutes in the, like, I don't know, it could be the morning or afternoon, but it typically is like how we start our day is we play a few games. Some of the games that she has really enjoyed playing are Miss Bernard is a wild card, and that is like kind of like a language arts game where you're trying to find rhyme, a teacher and a rhyme, and then adjective, and like there's a noun, so and a verb. So you like fill in your board. So we played that a lot, and then she adds up the totals, and it's usually double digit adding, and she's doing really good at that. And so it's kind of fun to see her so excited afterward. She also is in speech with our public virtual school. She takes speech class. I have this game that helps with one of the sounds that she is struggling with, and you can play like different games with these cards, and we play like matching. It takes a long time because it's actually like sentences too, and there's a ton of cards, but we've been playing that a few times, and she's doing really well. She's reading all the cards too, so I'm really proud of her with her reading. We played I Found It. That's just a fun like Disney I Found It game. It's a cute little easy game. I like it because it goes quick. And then since we have been studying dinosaurs, she has really kind of loved that. So we have played Brain Box Dinosaurs a lot, and then we've also played like a dinosaur, it's actually Jurassic Park dinosaur match game that I found like at Goodwill or something recent, like a couple months ago. But she really has liked that. She loves matching. So, and she's really good at it too. And we have finished 3 books. I'm so excited. Like, they're easy chapter books, but in the past it has taken us forever to finish different read alouds, whether it's just timing and trying to figure out, and like I always feel like we need to concentrate on like schoolwork so much, and I don't always take the time. And so it's been really fun. 2 books are from a series called Unicornia. She loves unicorns, and we found these at the library. And we have finished 2 of them. And she reads a little bit with me, but I usually read them. And then as we've been doing our dinosaur study, we picked out Magic Tree House, and we have read through the Magic Tree House. I think it's number 1. It's the dinosaur one. So we read through that one. Okay, so moving on into like homeschooling and the schedule and everything. So the biggest thing with our schedule is, so I created a schedule and I shared it on here, a video about what I thought like initially what our schedule would be like, but that was without doing any of our days. I didn't know how it would work with taking the kids to school and everything like that. Has gone better than I expected. So I was like kind of planning that we would be doing homeschooling practically the entire day. And I didn't I couldn't really understand how our days would go faster, because she does her work and then she's like ready to play. So it goes a lot better, like a lot faster than when I was homeschooling too. And we are able to get like science and history done sometimes in the morning. Sometimes we might do some in the afternoon, especially if she really wants to play. I let her play. She's really good at playing Barbies or Legos by herself, so I just let her have it. Like, it's fine. Sometimes she will go with me to pick up. We have to sit in pickup line for about a half an hour or so. And this last week I did start like doing a little bit of like schoolwork with her in the car, and it was actually kind of nice. So that's not going to be like something that we're going to do every day, but like it's nice that we have that option. And I have a few ideas of what we can do that like it will be easy to do in the car. So I might keep that kind of as a like afternoon option if she wants to go to pick up with me, but it's kind of like a long afternoon. Sometimes I might do a little work when I'm there and pick up line. So it's kind of like hit or miss, but our schedule has gone much smoother and is much less than what I had anticipated before. Of course, we haven't included everything that I hope to, which I'm going to show you. Like a stack of things that I hope to maybe do a little bit more of. Like, we've done maybe a little bit of it, but of course I always overplan. So I know that not everything's gonna fit in perfectly. Another thing that I thought we were bringing back, and I'm still not sure how it's gonna go and what we're gonna do with this, but I was so excited for morning menu, and she was really excited for it too. And like the first week, she was really excited to get it going, and she did it. And like, I don't know if it's the pages that we have in it, and I recently found some that I had used previously, so maybe we'll add those in. But it was like every day that was going on, like through the first full week that we did, she would skip more and more pages in this menu. So I'm like, I don't know if we are going to continue with the morning menu or if we are kind of going to put it aside. It does feel like a little bit of like extra work that we don't need to do, but she likes it. So I am going to just, I guess, let her kind of lead the way with this if we are going to continue it or not. But like you can see, there's some days we just skipped, and I just let her, like, I think especially the prayer time, like this used to be fine for like when our her sisters were involved, but I think it was harder for her to like understand exactly what she should write with or what we could pray for and stuff, even though I was explaining it, but it was easier when more siblings were helping out. So we will see if this is a continuing on thing. I will give you more updates on our morning menu. I'm going to show you different curriculum because I'm just one that likes to see things. So she has finished All About Reading Level 1. This was one that she started actually, I think, kindergarten, and then she really struggled at a certain spot in kindergarten with this. And so we took a pause, and then we moved actually to Logic of English A, and that was really a great thing. And then we did B, part of it. And by that point, I was just like, I don't know if I really want to continue with Logic of English. I really felt most comfortable with All About Reading. And I was like, I think we can go back. And she'd also done, I think it's called the Lexia app, some with our public virtual school. And that actually, I think, was the thing that she didn't love it, but she really did well with it. And it really helped kickstart her reading. So I knew we only had a little bit of this left. I really hoped to finish it in the summer, but we didn't because our summer was crazy. But she finished it here in August. So now we are starting level 2. It was cute. With this level, like when she went to the 3rd reader, I told her she was in the 3rd reader and she was like, I'm in 3rd grade. I'm like, nope, you're still in 2nd grade or going into 2nd grade. But she was all excited about that and like a little confused. But so there was 3 readers and now we're moving into the next level, level 2. And thankfully I already have that all ready for her since we used it already with my middle daughter. She actually told me the other day, she's like, I did not love that curriculum. I'm like, please don't tell your sister that because I need her to at least a little bit like it and not give me a hard time with it. So then the next thing my plan was to do 3 days of All About Reading a week. Tuesdays we don't do anything because that's co-op day, and speech day we just kind of, I let that be. She's learning at co-op. She has 3 classes. So we have started Grammar Galaxy. And so this is my plan for like Fridays. And I've done 2 weeks worth where we read the story, like 2 different chapters. There's a story and it's like about this family and they're trying to save the galaxy and all that stuff. So, and then they have missions. This is their mission manual, like their workbook. Well, the stories just were not a hit for her and she just was really struggling to even understand it. And I was like, okay. She was kind of playing, but she was trying to pay attention, but she just didn't get it. And normally, like in that circumstance, I was like, oh, let's just ditch everything. What I decided was I'm going to ditch the story. Like, she doesn't love it. And like, it was a lot to read and like just extra. I would rather spend our time reading things she wants to read or somewhat enjoys reading. And then we're going to just still do this mission manual. I still think we can get a good amount out of it. There's some stuff that goes along with the story, so I'm just gonna skip over that. But this includes like grammar and literature and all sorts of things, writing and things. So I'm still gonna continue doing this as of now. We're not gonna give this up. We did this last week and we just skipped over one little section that was to do with the story, and other than that, she got it done. And it really doesn't take long to do the little activities. Sometimes I guess people spread it out, but it's not that long to just do all the activities for 1 week in here. So that's what we do. One of the things that I did purchase, since like I kind of could tell that wasn't working out exactly, and so I did get this Scholastic Grammar. We started with level 1 last year. We did not finish it. I don't even know where it is. So somewhere in my chaos of things, I should show you our chaos of like over by the school books. Like when I cleaned the school section, like I moved stuff and it's just still chaos. I need to get through that. This is Scholastic's Grammar. We started level 1 and it was good. And so it's it's colorful. The pages are not very much. Sometimes they're like fill in the bubble of what's right. There's a little bit of writing, not a ton, but it goes through like just different like verbs, simple sentences, pronouns, and things like that. So I think this will be a good like addition, and maybe we'll do a page or 2 as well in here a week. I don't even think we're gonna do it a ton, but I want her to still get a good balance of grammar in here. So this is what we're gonna use. I think this is a great extra thing. Like I'm not gonna add in too much. I don't want a full-blown curriculum that's gonna be too overwhelming, but I think this will be great. Along that lines, we have started phonics, or like this is Plaid phonics. So we ditched Explode the Code this year and started Plaid phonics. I don't know how I feel. We haven't done it enough. I like kind of forget about it some days. We haven't done it enough to like have a strong opinion, but there's like certain pages I'm not going to have her do. I can already tell. Some of it is like extra longer reading. At first I was like, oh, those are good, but I think I'm going to just not have her write too much in here. This is kind of an extra like sort of independent work, and sometimes I sit with her still, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming, so I'm not gonna sign up for it. It's pretty hefty. Like, this book is like over 200 pages, so I don't know if we will complete the whole thing, but it's not bad. So I asked her if she wanted to go back to Explode the Code. She was like, no. So we are gonna stick with this and just use it here and there. Another thing that changed, of course, is I got this in hopes that she would be using the Draw Right Now. We have a bunch of them. I even got more of them this last spring because we were starting to use them, and she seemed like she enjoyed them. But it was like she was so against it. I don't know what it was, if she's taken from like her older sister who was like against writing last year or what. So I did make her do one of them and not write the whole thing out in one of these, but she's got used to last year where she would tell me the whole story and I would just write everything down. She would just narrate it, and that's totally fine. I don't mind doing that sometimes, but I do want her to get some stamina in learning to write on her own. So I think my plan is for her, like, I'm still gonna do like once a week, have her like do a journal and then maybe work on one sentence, and then I will write the rest. And so I think I'm gonna do that. But I was trying to tell her that, and like the other day she wrote her whole thing, and I'm at this place, I'm like, do I try to correct her and like give her like corrections on her journal entries, or do I just let her write? And I'm like, I think I'm gonna just let her write. I help spell things for her if she wants them, but she did a great job. She had a lot of run-on sentences, but she did add periods here and there, but it was cute. So that is a struggle with, that was my plan for handwriting. And I was like, what am I going to do? And so I said, we got to do something with handwriting. Thought about cursive, but she wasn't really, like, she kind of likes that idea, but she's nervous. So I was like, okay, so here's some options. And she just wanted to go back to The Good and the Beautiful. I showed her some different things. And so we've started The Good and Beautiful handwriting again. This was not what I thought we would do, but you know, each kid is different each year. We have started this Beowulf's Early American History. This is one I did a video on like a year ago when it came out, and I postponed until this year. We've barely started and gotten a couple weeks in. I haven't done a lot of the extra readings for the first couple weeks. Some of the more exciting things I feel like are happening here in the next couple weeks with these lessons. And so what I am thinking with this is I'm going to add something new that I got. So I have this, and we're going to continue with this. I'm going to look at our library for like the next couple weeks worth of books, like the extra books and things. We haven't really done a whole lot except for reading and doing the little activity in the book. So one of the extra things that I'm adding in is I wanted to add in Liberty Kids, because I always think that that is a great visual of like the early times of the American history. And I saw that Love at Home Education, we have their Wild Education. It's like Wildcrats. It's just like an extra that we have. We haven't used it a ton, but she created one for the Liberty Kids. And she goes through each of the episodes on here and then like has like an activity and stuff. She has different grades. Like she has pre-K, just like a coloring sheet. And then with like the K through 3, I think they have like a little bit extra like coloring sheet and like some writing and some activity type things. And then 3 through 6 or 4 through 6 has like more work, a little bit more. So I got this in conjunction with watching Liberty Kids and doing this early American history. So I think that will be really well-rounded and we'll get through what we get through. But I'm really liking this. No complaints, but we haven't really dug much into it because some of the books early on I couldn't really find anyway, and I'm still trying to figure out our schedule. So I think we're gonna dive deeper in this with like the schedule and the books and the videos and things as we move on into American history. So a couple of things that have really gone well. She really is liking daily spelling. Maybe I wouldn't say really, like, so she was so excited because she has gotten 100 on her spelling test for 2 weeks. We've only done 2 weeks worth technically. This was the spelling that she chose over, I think, spelling workout. I had that as well, and she did not choose that one, so we chose this one, and it's going really well. So we're happy. She like does a pre-test, and then by the end, like her post-test, I just let her say it out loud how to spell it and stuff. So she has been okay with it. And of course she loves these mind benders. And this is level 3 through 6th grades. She is already on page 20. Like, I just don't even know, like, this is not gonna last her, because she does like 3 or 4 or 5 of them at a time, and like she thinks they're so easy, and I don't know how her brain works like, and does these so quick. Her sisters have done this level as well, and both kind of gave up like halfway through with this, so I might just like be moving her on to the next level, I guess. Like, I was just like, I don't think she's can do these. That's what I was thinking last year, and I'm like, she's having no issue with them. So and then one other thing that I got this year, like I just found this at the local grocery store. It was like a few dollars. And so this is like a wipe clean stem. And this is actually for like 5 to 7-year-olds, but I was like, this is just a fun little extra thing that she can do on her own. Another thing, we've been doing bones and stones, and this is with the good and the beautiful. This is little hearts and hands. And I will say, the very first lesson, I did not know if we would get through it, because it was like one of those audio things, and she was like moving this little piece, and it was just, she was like, this is boring, and I was like, oh great. And so, but I didn't give up, and I'm really glad I didn't. The lessons have been really good. We have enjoyed it. There's been a few activities we've done. We are probably working, I don't know, we are probably close to finishing up with the dinosaurs. We've had fun. She's done like a little dig thing. We've done other activities. I don't know, all sorts of things that we've done. And so she's had a lot of fun. We've played some games. I think she's really enjoyed it, but I think we're about ready to move on. And I'm glad that this is actually moving on pretty soon. We have a couple more lessons left with dinosaurs, and then I think we're going to start with geology. So that's going well. I was surprised, but it is going well. I think if the audio, I was nervous that it was going to be every other lesson with the audio, and it's not. So I don't know if we'll do the audio every time or not. This is one that we've only done one page in. This is reading and writing from highlights. I found it at like a local little variety store. It has some reading, and it has some different options for writing. So I am excited to use this some. We're not going to use it every day, maybe once a week or so. We did restart this. I'd used this a couple years ago with her and her sister, but we didn't get very far. So I'm restarting this, and I'm not really doing much at the beginning. I think we got 2 to 3 lessons in. It's only about 8 lessons, and so I don't want to do the exact same things from before, and I want to get through these first few lessons still, but I don't want to not do them, but I also don't want to take too much time on those first few lessons. So I'm really working on her with like our phone number and address and everything. So that's kind of like incorporated in this as well. And so she is doing this in her co-op. She's actually doing Little School of Smiths, the Me and Space. So it's kind of fun that she's doing Me on the Map at home, and then Me in Space at co-op. I added this in, like I decided to start doing this shortly before school started. This is Rabbit Trails Through Literature. This is volume 1. I also did a lot of this with her sister and her a couple years ago. So we haven't started this yet. So this is one thing that I'm going to probably add in on Fridays if we can make it work, but I haven't done it yet. So this is just going to be added here and there. There's not tons of books for like extra added. And like, I just really wanted it for like going through more picture books and literature and things and literature components. So we are going to work through this. This is my stack of things we haven't really worked on yet. So I also have 240 vocabulary words that kids need to know, grade 2. I used this for 4th grade with her sister last year, and I really liked it. So I have this, but we haven't started it yet. I wanted to get really established with spelling. Maybe we'll switch over to this or alternate or something, but I haven't quite figured out how to add this in. So we're gonna do it soon, but we haven't done it yet. Another thing that I have hopes to add in, I think for Fridays, like our Fridays, I want it to be just different and not like so redundant like the other days. So I have this nature school book, and it's by some different authors. It's by Lauren Giordano, Stephanie Hathaway, and Laura Stroop. And so it's just a really neat, like, nonfiction nature school book kind of thing, really colorful, has different, it goes through different, like ecosystems and stuff. It has like, so it has like grasslands, it has, ocean and forest and all these things. So what I did was I decided to go through and show her the different options and say, which would you like to start going through? And so she chose oceans first, and then she said forest. So we're going to start with oceans, and we're going to like read through this. And I do have a workbook, but this is kind of, I feel like it's kind of for older kids. We might still add some of it. I have these workbooks for her and her sister who is not homeschooling anymore. So it kind of seemed a little bit too old for her. And I heard about this daily skill building notebooking book, and it's just really neat how they do it. Like she has, divided up into all the sections, and then she has like fill in the blank for different things that they are reading, that you're reading in here. Some pictures that you can draw, like I saw some maps. There's all sorts of things in here that go along with the reading and just kind of like their own notebooking thing. So this is my plan. I really don't think we will get much through anything else besides oceans as of this point, since we're going to take it pretty slow. We might move on to forests if we can, but otherwise that's my plan. And then another thing that I have is Yamita Spanish, and I have a whole video of unboxing this printed version of it. And so this is something I plan to start incorporating soon. And actually this will be perfect because the first unit is oceans, so we could kind of start the oceans nature school and start Spanish at the same time. So we'll probably do it a couple days a week, and that is my plan. Hopefully it works out. So that's kind of how our school year has started off. Stay tuned. I know I will do some more updates each month. I will try to do an update, and then I know pretty soon there's going to be a collaboration with like updates, and I will probably go through things again because I'm sure there will be more changes. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day.